More now on that breaking news we brought you just minutes ago. Top police sources now confirming a Chicago police officer has been shot at 52nd and Spalding. This is a ground shot right there at the scene of that shooting. We're also hearing that the gunman was shot as well.
Not lost on anyone is the fact that the police superintendent today announced he is resigning and saying in his statement, "I will continue to pray that all officers return home to their families safe at the end of their shift." And just hours later, we have an officer shot in Gage Park. Let's go to Chris Habermill live in Chopper 2. Chris, what else have you been able to learn about what happened?
Well, Joe and Erica, we followed that very fast procession of the officer to Mount Sinai Hospital, and you can see that fellow officers have gathered outside the emergency department here. There is a very high level, obviously, of support and concern for this officer's health, and dozens of squads lined the route. They blocked off key intersections in order to get that ambulance here as quickly as possible. With the confirmation that the officer was shot, obviously treated on the scene, stabilized in the ambulance, and then rushed to Mount Sinai with all speed available here. At least a dozen squad cars followed the ambulance here to the emergency department as the ambulance pulled in, backed into the emergency dock there at the emergency department, and that the officer was wheeled in, obviously, for advanced care. Concerned officers, fellow officers gathered around here, not only from the district involved, but the neighboring districts here have been flooding into Mount Sinai Hospital. So again, defender has been shot. Apparently the gunman was also shot, condition unknown. Officer shot, condition unknown. Transported here at high speed to Mount Sinai Hospital, where they will be receiving advanced care. So we have a very active scene in the 5200 block of South Spalding, also the 5100 block right around 51st, a little about Spalding is a block or so to the west of Kedzie and Gage Park, where all of this took place just a short time ago. So we will be following the developments here. Of course, our concerns are with the law enforcement here in the city of Chicago. It's been a very large news day for them. A lot of things are dynamic, a lot of things are changing, and of course, there is still crime on the street to take care of here. So all thoughts and concerns are with the officer here, of course. We also are considering anybody else who may have been involved in this. These are all human beings, after all. So that being the case, we're going to follow this in detail from the air and from the ground, and as soon as information comes in, as soon as we get any information from the Chicago Police Department, we will, of course, endeavor to bring that right to you. So reporting live over Mount Sinai Hospital, Chris Habermill, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Chris. As Chris mentioned, we are tracking two scenes. This, Chopper 2 over Mount Sinai. We also have a crew on the ground in Gage Park right at the scene of that shooting. And Chris was saying earlier, this is that shot here. You can see that it's still a very active scene, of course, out there. We see the police tape, many officers there, and that's where Chris first saw a single ambulance then heading away from the scene. But now with this new information, we're hearing that both a suspect and an officer was shot. As we get more information on the condition that both of those people, we will bring it to you.
Yeah, Chris, I think, can still hear us. I did have one question for him. We can possibly bring him back. I don't know how much of this scene you were able to sort of consume while you were over it, Chris, but I'm curious, is there any indication that whatever happened here happened outside on the street? Or is there a possibility that maybe it had happened in a residence in that area? Could you determine, based on where the vehicles were, anything like that, that might give us more of an indication of what might have happened here?
Kind of tough to tell, Joe. There's several blocks full of vehicles kind of centered up on 52nd under block of Spalding. So there were officers streaming into the area, and the ambulance was in the middle of the street, literally at 51st. And Spalding, when we first arrived on the scene there, the officer had already been placed in the ambulance there. It was buttoned up and getting ready to go when we first arrived on the scene. So very dynamic situation. Can't tell offhand whether or not it happened inside any kind of a building there, or in a yard, if you will, or outside on the street, anywhere associated with a squad car or a foot patrol or anything like that. So there's no definitive word on exactly where that took place. We're going to be heading back over there, and we're going to try and look around and see exactly where any kind of evidence markers may be placed, any kind of crime scene tape. You saw that long shot when we had it up on the ground there of the red banner tape being placed across there. Typically that is the epicenter of the most critical evidence, most perishable evidence, closest in to where actually everything happened there. And then you would have the yellow tape further out to keep anybody that's not concerned with the incident far, far away. So again, a lot of officers coming into not only the hospital here at Mount Sinai, but also the scene down around the 5200 block of South Spalding. Lots of things going on here. We'll be working both scenes as the afternoon and now the evening progresses.
Yes. Chris, thank you. If you could stay with us, if we could go back to that ground shot. I know, Chris, you were mentioning the 52nd and Spalding area. Some of our crews seem to be working to potentially talk to witnesses. If we do get any key information from them, you probably saw that shot just a few minutes ago. We will bring it to you. But from different vantage points, you can see just the magnitude of the police presence out there. So we will continue to follow this, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.